How's it going, everybody, and welcome to Cosmic Culture, the channel where we talk all major movie and television news, theories, breakdowns, and much, much more. I'm your host, Chris, and today we have an updated Marvel Slate all the way through 2024. We have the exact dates, and for some of them, which movies will be coming out on those dates. The rest of them through 2024 and the end of 2023, we're going to have to do a little bit of guessing, but that'll be part of the fun. And I'll give you what I think we should be expecting and put it down on some of these dates, and you let me know what you guys think will be coming later in 2023 and in 2024. Now, we're only doing movies because that's what they updated for this slate. They haven't talked about the Disney Plus series coming out, but we know we're going to be getting a ton of them. I think it is very safe to say the Disney Plus series so far for the Marvel Cinematic Universe have been extremely successful, and now that Doctor Strange is around the corner, the connections from Loki, WandaVision especially, all the way into the main timeline of the MCU are going to be really cool to see unfold in a big, huge box office movie. And all of those background details that we've been getting will now finally come into fruition and in action in the big theaters and in these blockbuster movies. So we're going to go over the movies and talk about what's coming out on what day in today's video. If you haven't already, consider subscribing to the channel and turn on those notification bells so you don't miss out on any of our daily updates. And if you're new, say hey and let me know, and I'll reach out to you guys and have a nice little chat down there in the comment section. So let's start. Obviously, in 2022, we have 3 movies coming out that you should be excited for. And we don't need to talk too much about them. You all know they're coming, and the release dates have been pretty firm. May 6th, 2022, Multiverse of Madness. July 8th, 2022, Thor 4. And November 11th, 2022 is Black Panther 2. Now, hopefully the November 11th date for Black Panther 2 actually does stick. They've had a plethora, a slew of things pushing them back, from issues with Letitia Wright getting injured on set, then getting COVID and being sick and stopping production, and then, of course, the very tragic passing of Chadwick Boseman, which does require rewriting the story and changing what they were originally going to do to fit the absence of a character that they've said they're not going to be replacing in this film. Multiverse of Madness, however, is ready to go. They are well into the marketing. We've seen a ton of trailers. It's getting very exciting. And personally, I think this is going to be the biggest movie of Phase 4. As far as information and laying the groundwork for the future of Marvel goes, into Phase 5 and 6, and so forth into the future of the franchise. Thor 4 is also going to be extremely important, as it's going to explain what's going on in the cosmic side of all of the insane universes and the crazy things we're learning, whereas so far most of the series on Disney Plus and the movies we've gotten have focused more on the earthbound problems. Thor 4 will enlighten us what's going on with the gods and what's going on with Asgard in Thor: Love and Thunder. Then obviously we have 2023, where 4 movies are currently slated to come out. February 17th, 23, The Marvels. May 5th, 23, Guardians of the Galaxy 3. July 28th, 23, Ant-Man and the Wasp: Quantumania. And then November 3rd, 23, we have an untitled Marvel project. Let's start off with the ones we know are coming out. The Marvels. We're not 100% sure what Captain Marvel has been up to all this time, although she did make a cheeky little appearance in the end credit scene of Shang-Chi and the Legend of the Ten Rings, but she was pretty secretive about what she's been up to. We do know that we're going to be getting a Secret Invasion Disney Plus series with Samuel L. Jackson, as well as a few new characters who are going to be introduced. Could be introducing more Marvel information. We also have Miss Marvel, which will be coming out this year for certain. Monica Rambeau, who in WandaVision started to develop her powers, and then all of the rumors of a possible variant of some type of Marvel character, whether it's Maria Rambeau or a different Marvel altogether, possibly showing up in Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness. Their overall storyline remains kind of a secret, but Brie Larson did just take to Twitter talking about how she lost her mind when she read the script and that it was absolutely bonkers. So hopefully something exciting there. Guardians of the Galaxy 3, however, sounds a little bit more tragic, as James Gunn has told us that this is the end of the Guardians as we know it. That doesn't mean we won't see some spin-offs or some of the characters finding their ways into an Avenger team or hanging out with the Asgardians, but the Guardians of the Galaxy is going to end here in the 3rd film, which means a lot of potential deaths coming from James Gunn and some very sad, teary-eyed moments. We are, however, expecting to see him, or Adam Warlock, who was teased at the very end of the second Guardians film, and we're expected to see the High Evolutionary playing a role as the main villain, the big bad. It's definitely rumored that he could have actually created the Golden People who are creating Adam Warlock, as his whole entire purpose in the comics is to create the perfect race, and that's everything that Adam Warlock's people believe. Adam Warlock is going to start off trying to take out the Guardians of the Galaxy, and my presumption, based off of how we know him from the comics, is he will eventually turn and end up being a good guy. Here we also have a ton of story to be unfolded on the cosmic side of everything going on in Marvel, and Kevin Feige specifically said we have the Earthbound side and we have the cosmic side, and we're going to see a little bit of a divide here for a while through the next few phases of Marvel, because there is so much story to tell. We have the Eternals now, whatever weird ancient magic's going on with the 10 rings from Shang-Chi. We're not 100% sure where Sword fits into all of this, and then of course Thor Love and Thunder with Gore the God Butcher also being introduced. It's going to be pretty epic. And then later on in 2023 we have Ant-Man Quantumania. This movie is going to be massive. We're going to get a real and true introduction to Kang the Conqueror, not He Who Remains that we saw in Loki, but Kang the Conqueror, a different variant of the same character, and he's going to be in full wrath mode. We may even start to get introductions to characters from the Fantastic Four, as the Quantum Realm seems like a possible tool that Marvel Studios can use to bring these characters into the MCU. Now hopefully we start getting all of these hints and these new exciting developments and updates coming for us as we get closer to those release dates, but all three of these movies are pretty far away still. But as new plot leaks, set leaks, screen developments, and different rumors start being passed around, you know we'll be covering them here on the channel in detail, so don't miss out on those updates. Now the remaining of the slate from November 3rd, 2023 all the way through the end of 2024 are untitled projects. The dates we have are, as I mentioned, November 3rd, 2023, February 16th, 2024, May 3rd, 2024, July 26th, 2024, and November 8th, 2024. All untitled Marvel projects, so 5 projects that are currently slated and dated that we don't know what they are. But we do know that Marvel has several projects currently in production, and yes, that does include the Disney Plus series. However, a lot of those are movies. For example, we have a Hulk movie that is currently in development, Blade, which was announced in 2019, Shang-Chi's getting a sequel, Captain America's getting a new movie, the Fantastic Four, the Mutants, all getting movies, and Deadpool 3 is very close, somewhere on the horizon, and Ryan Reynolds has said we're getting a major update from him very soon. If I had to guess and just put names to dates, and again, this is 100% just a prediction on my part, kind of just for the fun of it, I would say the Blade movie will be coming November 3rd, 2023, just because this one was officially announced during San Diego Comic-Con in 2019. Obviously, we've gone through COVID and a ton of other delays to the production of Marvel Studios' slate since then, but it's time for this movie to come out. They've been working on it for a very long time. That, including the idea and information that we know that Black Knight is involved, Moon Knight's coming, we're getting a Disney Plus Halloween special for Werewolf by Night, we're getting all of these more supernatural, darker, Midnight Sun type characters, and I believe somewhere in there, either on Disney Plus or as a film, we'll be getting a Midnight Sun series / movie. So Blade needs to start coming out. They need to start making those connections to Black Knight and Moon Knight and all of these other cool supernatural characters so that we can head towards that Moon Knight series or movie. So I'm going to give that the November 3rd release date in 2023. Now February 16th, I'm hoping is Fantastic Four. I think, and I've said several times, Ant-Man and the Wasp Quantumania is the key to the original introduction for the Fantastic Four. We'll get a tease of them in that movie, either in the film or in a post-credit scene of some sorts, and then we'll get the full movie in 2024, Fantastic Four. Let's go, February 16th. May 3rd, I would love to see that be the release of Deadpool 3. Now clearly and obviously nobody knows exactly how they plan on integrating Ryan Reynolds' Deadpool from the Fox universe into the MCU, but a very large open window, or open portal should I say, is coming our way during Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness. And even though Ryan Reynolds has denied acrimoniously whether or not he is in the movie at all, we all kind of think he is. I know a ton of you guys in my comment section have been saying Deadpool is going to be in Multiverse of Madness, even if it's just for a moment, so that we can see him slip from the Fox universe into the MCU. Then Deadpool 3 can pick up from that moment, either showing us Deadpool's point of view and giving us a whole perspective of how he ended up there, or just completely moving on and saying, yeah, Deadpool's here now and here's the continuation of the story. Personally, I hope that movie is not too far away, so I'm going to give that to May 3rd, 2024. July 26, 2024, we have a few options here. I would be very happy to see either a Hulk or Captain America movie take this slot. I'm curious to see where Captain America picks up, especially now that Sam Falcon is the new Captain America and is representing that character in the MCU. We know we're getting a Captain America 4, and it's going to be a very, very exciting ride and continuation for this character. But also, we're getting rumors that Hulk is getting a World War Hulk storyline, and I would very, very much like to see that happen as well. So we'll put either of those two in the July 26, 2024 date. Again, these are just guesses for fun. I don't know what's going where, but imagine if we get Fantastic Four, Deadpool, and then a Captain America or World War Hulk movie all in 2024, with one date still remaining for what I'm going to say is Shang-Chi 2. Shang-Chi took the world by storm. He became many little boys' favorite superhero of all time. During the release of this, I actually had the opportunity to chat with a ton of you guys about your reaction of the film, and young kids all the way up to people my age and older were raving about how well that movie was created. The origin story for Shang-Chi is one of the best in all of Marvel Studios' current creations, and we're not going to be waiting around to get a Shang-Chi 2, so I would expect it to come in 2024 at the latest. Simu Liu is at the prime of his acting career, and Shang-Chi has a ton of momentum. They're not going to wait to get us to that one on the big screen. Let me know what you guys think. What would you have put in these open slots? We have 5 movies from the end of 2023 to the end of 2024, but 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 movies in the next 3 years, not including Disney Plus projects. We are going to be drowning in Marvel content, and that doesn't include Sony's universe, the Spider-Man movies that will be coming out, because Disney doesn't have the Spider-Man films on their slate, even though Tom Holland's Spider-Man 4 takes place in the MCU, so you have to sneak that in somewhere, probably around 2024 for Spider-Man, and it's just going to be a crazy wild ride. What does that mean? Well, that means you should subscribe to the channel, because we're covering all of the major news and updates for you right here. Turn on that notification bell so you don't miss out in any of the wild action, and let me know which of all of these movies that are currently rumored and that we're hearing about in production you would like to see fill these 5 untitled spots. Thank you guys for watching till the very end of the video, and I'll see you guys on the next one right here on Cosmic Culture.